guys, so it's a late one, but I needed to kind of relax and rest after I got back from London. So I bet you're wondering what have I got in store for you today? Well, Peter Germany has brought out the first book of his new series. So book 1, Penal Earth. We follow a man named Duncan who, in all fairness, justifiably murders the man who basically essayed and killed the love of his life. And Daddy happens to be the solar system's richest man, and he gets off. Doesn't get convicted. Duncan takes the law into his own hands, and subsequently, whoops, the whole thing caused the big boss man, the dad, to have a heart attack at the sight of losing his son. So now he's going down for murder and manslaughter. And where do all the criminals go in the future, you ask? Well, they go to Earth. Or rather, a really screwed up version of Earth. Basically, Duncan meets 3 other guys, and their sentence is basically to go to Earth, which is now a write-off planet. So all prisoners from all over the galaxy, they commit something pretty bad, they end up being sent to Earth. Now, in all fairness, Peter felt sorry for these guys in a sense, because, he thought they needed survival training and how to cook their own food, how to survive in a toxic environment. And I was sitting there going, this is, you know what? The last time I read a sci-fi book that kind of caught my eye was Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. But it also really reminded me of my dad's favourite book, which is Planet of Death. And I think it's by Silverberg. Anyway, this book by Mr. Silverberg it's great because obviously it's a very similar kind of thing. The man has to decide whether he wants to go to prison for a crime he didn't commit or join this space exploration, where he'll end up going to this completely random planet which is 7th on the roster. And just like Dead Planet, Earth isn't the nicest place to be, because they got dogs the size of frickin' like spiders, and spiders the size of dogs, just no. That was where I was going with this. Dogs the size of spiders, that wouldn't be very intimidating, would it? And then, of course, there's the radiation poisoning. Cannibals, I'm assuming, would be in this, because it's very much kind of like, there is some elements to it that is really creatively done. Like, Planet of Death meets Madmax meets Fallout. That's probably the best way to describe the book. And the Fallout sequence would be for the character developments by far, because obviously I love Dizzy. And, Dizzy's probably my favourite character because he's so down to earth. But Duncan as well is just, he's such a nice guy. And he's got himself into some really deep poop in getting shipped off to this planet. And then you've got, this other character who is a bit of a Mad Cat Mole kind of situation. She's Hatchet is probably the name that's best. This woman gets dropped on this planet and she ain't been nobody's prisoner. In fact, she taking prisoners and she killing people. And if you want to be around her, that's fine. Even as a prisoner, like, you fight to survive kind of thing. You know, you're my hostage and you're doing shit for me because you lost, but I ain't doing nothing for free. And then you have, like, the colonies, and it gets really in depth with kind of how the communities work on the planet Earth now, and how the survival kind of works. How these people of, like, basically this entire planet of dumped off convicts survives on Earth now that it's basically radioactive, dangerous as hell, and has gas that will give you, like, hallucinations and make you rip your skin and clothes off, and just, yeah. It's intense. It is a really good really great story starter. The twist at the end was like, okay, I need to get book 2 now, because I need to find out what the hell happens to my characters that I'm in love with. I want to know what happens to Duncan. And I want to know what happens with the community now that I know what's coming next. It is a really good starter book for the series. It's got a great hook to it. Like, I cannot tell you how rare it is that a science fiction book hits me like this, or grabs my attention the way that this one did. So, Miss Not Very Ready of the Science Fiction-y books says that it's alright, then yeah, definitely get it, because if it's got my attention, it's definitely worth a read. I mean, I've just gone on about it for nearly 6 minutes. You know, do you think I put that much effort into something I didn't like? If I didn't like it, you'd have got like a short, sweet, yeah, it was alright, it just wasn't my thing. But actually it was. So, buy the damn book.